Hello and welcome back to CFC Talk. Always great to be back, and especially after such a good win against Krasnodar. 4-0, Ziyech gets a goal. Jorginho misses a penalty, which I'm sure there's going to be a lot of drama about on Twitter. Werner scored a penalty, and Pulisic as well on the score sheet. So yeah, all in all, really well played against Krasnodar. But we're joined with Alex and Amart as usual. But before we get underway, I want to say, guys, if you like this audio, tell us, put it in the comments below, because we're using a new platform now, trying to increase the level of production and trying to get the best out of this. So welcome, guys. Alex, how good was that performance against them?
It felt really good. It was pretty much exactly what everyone asked for. We all wanted goals. We all wanted a clean sheet. We all wanted Hakim Ziyech to score a goal. We wanted Hudson-Odoi to get a goal. It was so surprised that he was starting. I thought, considering it looked like he's been a bit out of favor with Lampard, but pretty much a perfect win. Werner getting a goal and an assist, Havertz getting an assist and clean sheet. It's just the perfect Chelsea game today. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, 4 on the sheet, but Amart, how good were we at defense today, especially after that, like 10 minutes after that first half ended? So start of second half.
Yeah, definitely. The defense was under pressure from the beginning because it seems Krasnodar came out very, very hot. Like in the first half, they came out very, very hot. They were attacking a lot. They were on our defense a lot, but our defense kind of still held their line and they defended very well. I think the same happened in the second half as well. When we started the second half, they came in with greater intensity than our players, but we were able to soak the pressure in and then attack. So I think, like Alex said, it was a very enjoyable game to watch. So the defense did well, and that the balance that we were calling for during the last two games, we finally got a glimpse of what that balance can actually do. The balance between the attack and the defense. So I'm happy. I'm happy about the result.
Yeah, I mean, for some reason, when Krasnodar kept knocking on the door and kept attacking, it always felt like I think Chelsea might crumble. We saw against Southampton, we saw against West Bromwich Albion. No, sorry, not West Bromwich. Was it West Brom? Yeah, yeah, West Brom. Was it? Yeah, 3. Was it? I can't remember. No, Crystal Palace. No.
No, it was West Brom. West Brom. It was
Yeah,
West Brom.
West
We
Brom.
went down 3-0, and then we came back in the second half.
Yeah. Um, no, yeah, West Brom. I think we were under pressure, but we ended up doing really well. Um, Again, Mendy in goal, another clean sheet, 3 clean sheets for Chelsea. I think we tweeted out. If shameless plug, but if you're not following us on our social media to keep up with the matches, we said Werner scored, Ziyech scored, Pulisic scored. Can't remember the fourth scorer. Hudson-Odoi scored, and then we said clean sheet by Edouard Mendy. So, Alex, we saw that Chelsea were good in defense in the last 2 matches, but tonight scoring, we played really well. But again, at the first half, how would you say we played in the first half of this game?
We were a little bit afraid. I don't know. Maybe we underestimated them a bit because they were taking shots. They weren't very good shots, I thought, but they were definitely testing. Krasnodar were definitely testing Mendy, but they weren't that threatening. I thought. Most of the shots was directly at him, but yeah, we kind of just. I don't want to say we sat back, but we just didn't really do so much in the first half. I think we're only really talking about the four goals right now because Lampard changed things up and went for it really surprised me with his subs in the second half. Seeing Jorginho and Kovacic come off, I really didn't expect that. And to see Kante and Mount coming on, I thought, whoa, he's actually going to 4-3-3. And then we score 3 goals with probably the best attacking 3 and then midfield 3 lineup we have, essentially, or at least my favorite one. So I really hope we can continue with that and definitely use the 4-3-3 a lot more in the coming games. Because when we have such a settled back four and goalkeeper now, it means that we can go with this 4-3-3, be a bit more attacking, and still clean the clean sheet as you saw today in the second half.
Yeah, really well said, and I think you mentioned a little bit about the second half as well, which is good. But as much as we celebrate a 4-0 victory, which is good, in knowing in the Champions League there you can expect you can't expect anything in the Champions League, to be honest. So going back and talking about this game, I think we mentioned in the Man United episode that we needed goals, and goals. It didn't matter. We didn't even. I don't think we mentioned what we wanted, how many goals to concede, but we all wanted to see goals. Do you think Chelsea can replicate this against Burnley over the weekend, or was this a one-time thing?
I think we can. You see, the thing was the way we started. I think we started the game with a defensive approach. So, and it changed when we switched the 4-3-3 with both Mount and Havertz and Kante when they came on. Like it changed how we played. So if that changed, we can somehow play like that against Burnley, fine. But if we go in with a defensive structure again or with a defensive mindset again, probably might not score that many goals as we did today. We might win, but we might not score that many goals. But with the 4-3-3, I'm very confident that we will get more goals. It's only depends on whether the defense can keep up when we are attacking more. The defense can still continue to hold their line just as they did today. So with that, definitely we'll score more goals. But with the way we started, if we are going to use that for Burnley, I don't think we might probably come out with a goalless draw again. So the 4-3-3 for me is the way to go.
I don't think I'm ready to see another goal-less draw. I can't take that anymore.
No, it's good to see though 3 clean sheets in a row. That our first time we've done that since April 2019 under Sarri. So yeah, it's really good to see. I just really did not expect Lampard to take off both Jorginho and Kovacic. Rightly so, to be fair. I thought normally I'll say when Jorginho has played well and Kovacic played well, I love them both. But I thought Kovacic especially was very careless, and he was not that great today. And same with Jorginho, just not really being so progressive with his passing.
I think last time, sorry to interrupt, but I think last time we said quite a lot about N'Golo Conte and how he didn't fit well. But tonight I think N'Golo Conte played really well. There wasn't a lot to do, but it was better than Jorginho and Kovacic, because at times you would notice the midfield was so wide open that Krasnodar walked through. If it wasn't for our defense, I think we would have conceded a goal. But the midfield was something that we still need to improve. And I think when, as Alex and Amart, both you said, second half when we saw that formation change into a 4-3-3, it looked like we were controlling the game through Mason Mount, through N'Golo Conte, and it really looked like we wanted goals. First half we came on, it was just kind of a struggle. We still had to improve, and I don't know what Frank Lampard did at halftime. Some injection of true blue, I'm going to call it, but ended up getting us the victory. So, but that it doesn't end there. Quite a lot to talk about. Penalty. Jorginho missed one. Werner, I think this is his third penalty that he's what would I say? Yeah, third penalty. I think he's gone this season for Chelsea. So, do we think we want to change our penalty taker, Amart?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we necessarily have to change Jorginho, but he has to find a different way to take penalties. He sh- yeah, it's not that it's not working, but he shouldn't do that all the time. Because you see, with Bruno changes it up a bit because he has seen that some of the keepers are getting used to or figuring it out. So I think
with Bruno, sorry to interrupt again, but I think with Bruno, it's the case if he's got to take a penalty every game almost now.
yeah,
So
he gets enough practice. Exactly. But you see, he changes it. Like he has a different technique to it. That's the point I'm making. But with Jorginho, I don't know. I think I've said it on the podcast before that I prefer those days where if you want a penalty, you take the penalty. I prefer that so much. But with this new era where we have fixed penalty takers and they don't want to give it up to anybody else, it sometimes doesn't work that well. And with this one, I don't think there was any problem with his penalty. He was really really unlucky because he beat the keeper, and then it just came off the post, it came off the bar, and then no, the post rather, and then and also I think he wasn't ready for the rebound because he was shocked. He was just standing there when the ball came back. He didn't do anything about it. It hit the keeper and came back to him. He didn't do it. He wasn't ready for it. I'm very sure. I think I'm very sure he thought he had scored, but you can see Werner took a way better penalty. Like it gave me that confidence we had with Lampard. Lampard taking penalties. He knew that this guy was going to roof the. He was going to. He's going to roof the shot. Definitely, he's going to give it all. His all. And that's what Werner also does. That's what Werner also does. So for me, I'll prefer somebody who takes penalties like Werner than somebody who takes penalties like Jorginho. Jorginho might score them all right, but it's always sort of like a heart attack penalty. Will he score or will he not score? But with Werner, you are very, very confident that even though the keeper might get the direction correctly, with the power behind the shot, he might not be able to save it. But with Jorginho, if the keeper guesses correctly, that's it.
Yeah, I think if I'm not wrong, Jorginho's gotten 4 penalties this season. He's missed 2 and he's scored 2. Um, but in my opinion, I would say I would change it around. Maybe give Werner the opportunity for now. The thing is, we've got so many options. You can say Ziyech, you can say Mount, you can say Pulisic, but I would designate
Yeah.
Werner for now. Just maybe go with it for a few games, because I don't think even if the manager has a chat with Jorginho and they end up deciding to get Werner into it, or if Lampard takes Jorginho's opinion, I think no player in the world will say no. I don't want to take penalties. It's a free goal, almost.
I was just going to say that, like, back in the day when Lampard was the one taking our penalties, he was the one who decided, like, who took it if he didn't want to. So, like, he could hand it off to Drogba, he could hand it off to Balak, he could hand it off to anybody who like probably wanted to take the penalty. But I don't think it's the same thing with Jorginho. Jorginho wants to take that penalty every time. If he gets 3 penalties, 4 penalties, he'll take all. So probably I don't think he needs to be changed. But we'll see.
Whenever Jorginho is not on the pitch, which is probably going to be increasingly more if we keep with the 4-3-3, then Werner will get more penalties anyway. But yeah, I don't. Even though he's missed 2 this season, he's going to have to miss a couple more before I say, oh yeah, change him out, because it works most of the time. He hit the post. It's not like the keeper figured him out. It's just he hit the post. He judged it a little bit incorrectly. But I do agree as well that I wish he changed to be a bit like Bruno, so keep it unpredictable, which he has actually done. I'm pretty sure he's taken 1 penalty. I think he's taken 1 penalty or maybe 2 for Chelsea where he's not done that. I think I might be wrong on that one, but yeah, I still wouldn't take him out. He's still the designated penalty taker. He rarely ever misses, and I think he's taken 5 for this season. Not and he's it's okay. he's and he's scored 3. So
Yeah,
and one of them was Allison. It was just a rubbish pen, and yeah, the other one was just a bit unlucky with the misjudgment. But it's okay. I mean, if it had perhaps if it had cost us like something a bit more, then I would agree. So yeah, maybe change him out. But it's okay. We move on.
yeah. I think he scored in his career. He scored 27. He's taken 27 penalties and he scored 23. So 4 missed penalties. I think he's missed. Yeah, he's missed 3 times with us, and he missed once with Napoli.
Wow, that's actually not bad. Yeah. Overall, I think his penalty stats are really good, but just a debate that I thought we could have. But I think there's a clear winner. In where Jorginho will take our penalties. But that's for Frank Lampard to decide. But again, going back to the clean sheets, it feels like we've just got check back, doesn't it, guys?
I thought it's the effect of having such a calming influence. Hell, even Rudiger looked great today. I thought Rudiger was good, considering he's barely played any football for us this season. He played really well, I thought, and so did Zuma. To be fair,
Yeah.
Aspi had some shaky passes in the first half, but got an assist, I think, or was it? I think he got an assist. Did he?
No, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't.
I'm wrong. Sorry, I thought he got. Yeah, but I thought he was solid defensively. Chilwell didn't really have so much to do, but was still decent. Glad that Emerson got some minutes as well. But yeah, who would have thought this Mendy has just completely calmed our whole team essentially. He's just taken all the pressure and drop kicked it out of the window. Yeah,
I think I'm gonna mention this. Azpilicueta was quite influential in going into the attack. I don't know if you guys noticed. First half, Azpilicueta played really wide. Like he would at times be standing at the sideline waiting for a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in numbers, we had quite a lot of attackers, but I think we should. I'm not going to say it was a bad performance from the attackers, but I'm just going to say we could have had more goals.
Yeah, we could have. Especially Ziyech. I thought there was one or two chances from Ziyech where he cut in, did some step overs, put a shot in, and it was just miskicked it. Ziyech could have got 2 goals or even 3 today. But yeah, going back to Aspi, it was a good pass as well for Werner to win the penalty. It was a shame that he did, or for the first one, and it was a shame that Jorginho missed it. But it was a good pass from Aspi.
I think I saw this on Twitter. Someone said maybe if Jorginho scored that penalty, the floodgates would have opened earlier, and we probably would have scored 1 or 2 more goals, maybe another 6-0 like Barnsley. But yeah, it is what it is. Great game overall. I'll take a 4-0 win, and if I'm not wrong, I'm looking at the live scores right now. The Sevilla match has also ended, so they've won, but I think that still means that we should be top of the table due to goal difference. So topping the table so far in the Champions League, that's really good. 4 goals. And overall, I think that's all from tonight's game. Anything that I'm missing, guys?
No,
I think that's it. We've talked about the goals, the penalty. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that sums up the game. Really well played by Chelsea. 4-0 against Krasnodar. I think tonight, I can't even say Rudiger was bad. Can't say anything about Kepa. He didn't play. He didn't even travel with the squad. I don't know why I predicted Kepa. But going back to predictions, Alex and myself, we're getting good at this.
Yes, it's a shame. I thought I honestly didn't expect. For some reason, I thought Werner would have got a bit of rest. I really thought Tammy would have started. So that's why I thought, oh yeah, Tammy's going to get a goal. Giroud's going to get a goal. But then, yeah, it seems like we're sticking with the same attackers pretty much. But it was good to see Hudson-Odoi get a goal. I was really happy with that.
I think, guys, if you guys want, what we can do is maybe go back to the first prediction and then just add up all the scores and see who's gotten the most amount of scores right till the end of the season to just have a bit of a competition between us three. I think I've got a lead. I could be wrong because I think we missed out on a few predictions, but I think I've got a lead because I predicted which game did we go 3-1? Was it the first game that we played in the Premier League against Brighton?
Yeah, I think against Brighton, yeah.
So I think I'm on the lead right now, but Alex is catching up, and Amart's got 1 as well. So maybe we'll do something like that on our social media. But that sums up the game against a Champions League opponents going back into Premier League football on a Saturday evening for me, afternoon in the UK against Burnley. Not the best of opponents. I'm not out of respect for them, but they've won. They haven't won a single game. Can we do them the invincible this season of not winning a single game?
Burnley, yeah, Burnley haven't been that good, have they? I mean, didn't they play Tottenham last game and get just destroyed? Oh no, it wasn't.
No, it was 1-0. They nearly got a draw.
Yeah, any team who plays Tottenham are in fear because that partnership of Heung-min Son and Harry Kane is madness this season so far.
Yeah, but they did what they were able to hold them off until like I think the 70th minute or something like that when um Son scored.
Yeah, 76th minute. I mean, it's not going to be one of the toughest matches, but looking at her previous scores against Southampton, against West Brom, I would say I'm still going to get a bit nervous for the game. But yeah, should we dive in straight into the lineup predictions?
Might as well, yeah, sure. I mean, to be fair, I think I might mince my words now, but it should be a routine win, clean sheet, because they have not won a single game yet. They're clearly in a rut, but you never know. These teams, these teams normally they have this bad run and then they turn up against Chelsea. So, but then again, also, I think we actually have a really good record at Turf Moor. We've last year we played against them. We Pulisic got the hat trick, and the year before at Turf Moor, I think it was Victor Moses. I think that was a weird one. No, actually no, that wasn't last year. Then the year before, Victor Moses was scored. That's why I remember it, because Victor Moses doesn't score often. But I remember our record is good against Burnley, especially at Burnley's ground. So I'm expecting good things.
So last time we played them at Turf Moor 4-2, if I'm not wrong. And that was Christian Pulisic's hat trick. I think, yep. Willian also scored a goal. Kepa didn't keep a clean sheet. Luckily, he doesn't have to play this game. But yeah, so goalkeeper, I think Mendy for all three of us.
Absolutely, he is. Honestly, he keeps this up. He's going for player of the season.
Yeah, definitely.
He's conceded one goal for Chelsea so far, and that was basically because of Emerson. It was in the League Cup against Spurs, and that was pretty much just because Emerson was. I think it was Emerson's marking. I think. Yeah. Yeah. So other than that, he's been brilliant, and it's not like he's done nothing to do. He makes the saves you'd expect him to make, and it's just so calming. And yeah, he might be. I know it's early to say, but he might be the best bit of money we've spent all summer. He might be.
I think as a Chelsea fan, we're just so used to conceding goals that even if you on the other end of the pitch, you could have two hat tricks. You could have Werner and Pulisic both score a hat trick. We'll still give man of the match to Mendy because of a clean sheet, and we're not used to that yet. You know, for us, clean sheets are as good as scoring 10 goals a game. But yeah, I'm looking at the record against Burnley, and I'm seeing with 138 against them. So this goes all the way back to 1905, which is when Chelsea were created. So it's a very big stat to take in. So 38 games we've won, 38 games we've lost, and 24 games drawn. So whoever wins takes the lead. I just had to throw that stat in. But yeah, back four. I see Reece James starting, Thiago Silva. I don't know who the rest two I would pick.
It's a tough one. I would be tempted to give Zuma a rest, but then again, we've been crying out for a consistent back four for weeks and weeks and weeks now. So yeah, might as well take Zuma and Thiago Silva, Chilwell, and then Reece James or Aspi. I would go Reece James.
Amart,
could we see Rudiger starting instead of Zuma?
No, I don't think so. Rudiger started today because Silva wasn't available. He didn't travel with the team at all. So I don't think he's ready yet to start a Premier League game for us. I'll be surprised if he's there with Zuma, but I'll go with Alex, the same formation, going with the same lineup, going with Thiago Silva and Zuma pairing at the back, and then on the wings, Joel and I don't know. I prefer Aspi in certain games. I prefer James in certain games. I think this game is more fitted for James than Aspi. In the tough games, the big games, I think Aspi will be the best. But with this kind of games, James excels in it. So I'll give it to James rather. So the same back for us.
Yeah, I would go with that back four, but I don't know why I have a feeling maybe Rudiger can start. I can't remember whether Zuma has missed a game this season or not. But yeah, I think maybe Lampard could go with consistency and say let's start Zuma, or maybe he could just say let's try and give him a bit of a rest, knowing that we've still got quite a busy schedule. It doesn't end here, regular Champions League football, Premier League, and then I don't can't seem to remember how many games we've got in November, but it's on the high of at least I think 11. No, not 11 games. What am I saying? I think it's at least. Ooh, let me fact check because I don't want to go wrong in here. Um, I've gotten clean sheets wrong. I've gotten Jorginho's penalties wrong. I've gotten most of the stats wrong. Professionalism.
Welcome to CFC Talk.
Okay, so we're playing 5 games. So yeah, maybe I don't know why I have a feeling Zuma might sit this one out. But I could be wrong. Probably am. But yeah, midfield. I'm gonna go with a 4-3-3. So Kante for me starts. I think Mount starts as well in midfield because he looked really well. He looks really good today. Against Krasnodar, coming back into his natural position. And then the third one would probably have to be Jorginho, or Kovacic. Amart.
Yeah, so no Havertz for you.
Oh, I've just missed that. Oh no. Okay, yeah. So I think I'll go with Kante, Mount, and Havertz then.
You see how difficult Lampard's job is.
Yeah, now I've totally forgot. I was like, okay, Havertz is gonna play up top, and I was like, no, Werner's there, and then I was like, okay, yeah. So I think Kai Havertz, Mount, and Kante for me.
Yeah. Like I think you asked me. I prefer. I would love it if we played the same team that we used in the second half. Like it was actually one of the best. It was actually one of the strongest teams I've seen from Chelsea this season. That's the team that came on in the second half before Werner and Ziyech went off. Like that was our strongest 11. And if they're all fit and available to start, I would not have any problem at all with seeing Mount and Havertz put in the attacking eights, and then Kante has a solid DM.
Yeah. Alex, you got any changes, or that's your lineup?
It's the lineup. It absolutely is the lineup. We have to go with that. It's the only way we can fit. I mean, Mount. I thought Mount was good today when he came on, and I want to see more of that. I want to see more of Mount playing in his natural position. Kovacic did not have a good game. Jorginho was not great, so neither of them should really be starting against Burnley. And yeah, play Kante as the DM, and yeah, Mount and Havertz. It's simple as that. It worked so well. Once Lampard did that, we scored 3 goals. So
Yeah.
I absolutely want to see that. Also, considering, actually, never mind. We'll get onto that in a second. But yeah,
I mean, you can go ahead with it. You can go ahead.
Okay, right. Yeah, considering Pulisic got rested pretty much and came on, got the goal. It's got to be. Well, then again, it's tricky because Hudson-Odoi was good. Well, Hudson-Odoi was good as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go Pulisic left wing, Ziyech right wing, and then obviously big Timo up front.
I mean, today we had, like I said, the strongest team, but I forgot Thiago Silva wasn't in it. But today we basically had like all our 6 signings in one game, and it was very nice to see, because seeing Werner, Havertz, Pulisic, Ziyech, Mendy on the Chilwell on the same park, on the same pitch, it was just it was just wonderful to see. I just hope we start like that. If we start like we've not started like that yet, but I just hope I think we had something similar against United, and then we if we start like that against Burnley, like it will be wonderful.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with. It's a tough. Yeah, that's the thing. When you score 4 goals, and when all of your attackers score a goal, you can't just pick 3 out of them. Um, okay, so let's go with maybe Werner up top, and then I've just said the easiest one, but I'll go with Pulisic and I think Ziyech. I think Ziyech should be playing Pulisic. Both of them have been out for a few games, so maybe get them back in. And of course, we know how well Pulisic did last year against Burnley. So yeah, maybe another hat trick incoming, or maybe a Ziyech magic moment. You know, the magician.
Yeah, exactly. I want to ask something. What do we think about Tammy's Tammy's involvement in the team this season? Because I feel like he might be used really, really, really. He might get less time than he got last season.
I think what I was gonna say was, um, I think Tammy would have been that striker who would have been used for, let's say, the league games and the FA Cup games. But because we're out of the League Cup, I think it's fair to say Tammy's now, I think, only going to be there for FA Cup games. If not, I can probably. The thing is, I don't see Giroud getting sold anytime in January. So overall, either Tammy stays and plays our FA Cup games. Maybe he gets a start against Rene. Um, but we also need to talk about Giroud. You know, he hasn't started a game this season so far. He's been, I think he came on once or twice. So, you know, we've got 5 games this month, but December looks really busy as well with almost, wow, I'm just seeing it. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in December. So yeah, I think this is where Tammy and Giroud are going to come in and have to play some of the games, maybe even against Rene or Leeds or Krasnodar again at home.
No, I just said true. I'm just agreeing with what Mohammed said. You can go ahead.
Yeah, I would be surprised if Giroud's here after the end of the season, because there's no way we're going to be able to play Tammy enough to keep him happy, and Giroud's only going to be feeding off of the time that Timo isn't going to be starting. But you are right in that with our fixtures, we're playing every 3 days, pretty much, other than the international break between the 7th and the 21st of November. We're playing every 3 days, so it is really good to have 3 different strikers, especially when Werner can play it on the wing. So yeah, you're definitely right. They're going to become way more useful in the coming months. But I do see this being Giroud's last season at Chelsea.
Age is also going to be a factor in this. So yeah, I think it's the end of the road of Chelsea and Giroud. We've been pretty clear about our policies with old players, but I think it's a bit too soon to say anything. You know, transfer window next year. We've got a lot to cover next year. So
Yeah, absolutely. It's a long way to go. If Tammy or Werner get a huge injury, then Giroud's going to become way more important. So as a third choice striker, it does not get any better than Giroud. So you could argue that we should still keep him. So I hope he does stay, but I just see if Werner does keep fit and Tammy does keep fit, then yeah. But yeah, we can talk about that another time. but yeah,
no, I would say, yeah, both of them are like, I'm not gonna sit here and say Giroud could leave in January, or we should loan out Tammy, or we should sell Tammy, because either one, if anyone gets injured, you know, the first point would be that, you know, 8 games in December, no striker would be able to play 8 games in the span of 4 weeks. So Werner will sometimes have to sit it out, especially knowing that we've got an away game against Rennes, and then an away game at Sevilla. So that's going to be 2 travel match days as well. So I think, yeah, Giroud and Tammy both have a use at the team right now, but maybe not as a starter. But yeah, while we were on the topic of Premier League, something that we want to discuss and we haven't done in a long time, and a lot of shout outs are due. So Fantasy Premier League. I think none of the CFC Talk team or people who work behind the scenes or even on the podcast. Oh no, wait, I'm wrong. Alex is top three. I was going to say no one's in the top three. Alex has moved all the way to top three.
The fantasy is going well. I'm creeping up in the league, and however, I did wildcard this week, I think, and I put 3 Aston Villa players in, and they lost 3-0. So yay. But other than that, things are things are starting to take their rightful place. I'm sure in a couple more weeks I'll be on the. I don't know who Jesselyn Gloria is, but if you're listening to this, your days as number one are numbered. You've been up there for pretty much since the start, but fun's over.
Yeah, I think if I'm looking at it, so yeah, he or she or they've been there for quite a long time. So I've dropped quite a lot. I was bragging the first 2 weeks, thinking I was like, oh, this is an easy. This should be easy for me. I'm gonna cruise through. I'm eighth position. I dropped down 2 more positions last week. But that's purely because I've got 4 injured players in my team, if I'm not wrong. And so this week I'm gonna use my wild card and just get rid of everyone. I need to get in Heung-min Son. Let's be honest
Yeah,
here.
that's the key.
This guy.
That's the key. I have Kane and Son, and I'm up to third. That's just how it works.
I'll watch them not score next week. A draw. It's going to be a draw, goalless draw.
Yeah.
Who are they playing? I think they're playing
Yeah.
Brighton.
Yeah.
So yeah, watch it be a goalless draw. And
As we speak, I'm removing them already from my team.
and see me remove Werner, and then watch him score a hat trick. So it's going to be interesting. But going back to it, sorry, Amart, I think I cut you off there.
Yeah, I'm saying that Son and Kane they are creeping towards breaking Lampard and Drogba's record that they have for most contributions between two attackers. I think yeah they are almost. I think Lampard and Drogba have 36 or something like that, and Son and Kane. I'm not sure about the facts, but I think it's 36 or something. And Son and Kane are at 27 or so. So they are getting closer.
But Amart's not doing that bad either. He's got 41 points this week. He's moved up. I mean, he started off bottom of the table, if I can remember, but he's in 9th position, not too far away from me. Maybe just 170-point week, and he'll be almost 5th. So yeah, tough times. Tough
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
As important as it is for Lampard to get top 3, I think.
Yeah. With FPL with the fantasy league, I'm using the same approach that the Chelsea team is using this season. I'm going with the same team. Patience is my team. So I'm also making sure that my players get used to the new team I've created for them.
Oh, so he's trying to gel the players in first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm yeah, I'm trying to warm them. I'm trying to warm them. That's why I haven't made any changes yet. Any major changes yet.
In the words of Lampard, he says he needs to form the attacking players need to form positive relationships first on the pitch.
Yes, exactly,
The Lampard way.
exactly.
So Amar's still in the preseason mode. He's just getting out of that shell of
Yeah, I'm
preseason.
still. I think since I started playing, I think I've been playing FPL for like 4 or 5 years now. Since I started playing, this is my worst start to a season, all because I trusted the new signings way too much.
Oh, are these
That
excuses now?
I
Yeah,
always
I'm
had
saying
this.
yeah,
Every
but I still have them. I still have them. I trusted them in the beginning, but I still have them.
Okay.
I still do have them. So
I did this every year. It's like I've had fantasy since probably 2013, and every single year I would trust Eden Hazard in Chelsea. Every single year, and after 3 or 4 weeks, he would always, for some reason he just didn't have great starts to the seasons. So I'd get rid of him every single time, and then literally every single season until about
Hazard Hazard has always been in my team. Hazard has always been in my team. He's always been no matter what, he's in my team. I think the year that he let me down the most was the Mourinho the second coming of Mourinho, the second season or the third season. Yeah, that year he let me down, but I still had him in the
I think overall, um, this shifts a great transition into something that I want to talk about. Everyone is putting up montages of Eden Hazard in Chelsea shirt, and like it makes you feel like Hazard just wants to come back. I think as a Chelsea fan, I'm opening my arms. Hazard, you want to take 200 million? Come back. We're ready. We're ready for you.
I think the Chelsea fan base didn't haven't really um how to say it stopped missing Hazard yet. I don't think we will because he did so much for the team. So even if he plays for a different team, as long as it's not a rival team, we'll continue to support him. I think the love is still there with so many Chelsea fans. I remember that the end of last season, that La Liga had a poll to determine the best player in the league, and Hazard was second. And he didn't even play. He didn't even play majority of the season, but Hazard was second, just mainly because Chelsea fans flooded and voted for him. but but he didn't go. They didn't go with it because it was just absurd.
I think I was there was this montage I was watching, and then it started off with the Hazard interview after the Europa League win, where he says, "I think it's a goodbye for now." I knew he was about to say that, and I still hoped that he would say no, for some reason. So, Hazard, probably you listen to this podcast, regular listener of the podcast. Please come back. We're ready. We're ready to see you walk through West Ham, Arsenal, Tottenham, and just score those fabulous top corner or bottom corner goals. Alex, I think I interrupted you, but
I was just going to say, I think we need to wait. He needs to uh, endure a bit more. I think it's going to be a bit similar to I do honestly believe he will come back eventually, but he needs to suffer a couple more years at Real Madrid first. Similar to Bale. Like, how Bale would get linked to Tottenham every single year for like the past 3 or 4 years, but it never happened until now. I think it'll something similar with Hazard because he signed a 5-year contract when he joined, and I just don't see he's a Real Madrid fan. I don't see him ever leave. Like, I don't know. He could retire at Real Madrid, but if they want to sell him, yes, please come back. I would love a 35-year-old Eden Hazard just back up fourth choice winger. I'd love that. I think I mean, to be fair, yeah, if
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah,
Drogba
it would
coming
be
back.
like Drogba coming back pretty much. He'll be back. I'm pretty sure he will be. Um,
Yeah, hopefully when he comes, he'll come back with the same Drogba luck and
yeah,
win the league.
yeah, pretty much. I want to see Frank Lampard managing Eden Hazard. Yeah,
That'll be
I do.
weird.
imagine. I think we've already got Czech almost back
Yeah.
into the team. Maybe if we can get Lampard and Drogba back, get the old Chelsea back. Champions League win, here we come. Try and beat us.
Yeah. It'd be crazy if Petr actually does start or does play for Chelsea again. That would be mental.
I don't see that happening. I think it's just a gimmick.
Yeah. But you'd think if it was a gimmick, they would have advertised it way more. They would have made a huge deal about it if they really wanted to sell it, but they didn't. They just kind of made a small statement on it. So
Yeah, just a safety feature.
yeah,
I don't even think the team said anything officially
yeah,
about it. They just put his name in the in
like
the in the team sheet, and then the journalists rather um told us what was going on, but the team didn't make any
yeah.
official statement.
It's basically just if say we get a COVID outbreak or something in the team and all of our goalkeepers have got it, and then none of them can play, and then Petr comes in.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
But I was
I
thinking
think
about this thing too as well because if there's a COVID outbreak and all our goalkeepers have gotten it, definitely, probably all our defenders, all our strikers, all our midfielders will get it. Who will come in and replace them?
The youth team,
The youth
the under
team.
23s. There's way more under
Oh,
20. Yeah, Ross
Ross
Barkley. That's
Barkley,
it.
here he comes.
We activate the hidden clause in his loan contract that's in like size 1 font that we typed in saying that if all our players get COVID, he can come back for us.
He can come back for okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
We just buy
Honestly,
back
Ross Barkley. I would have started Ross Barkley in this game against Krasnodar, if I'm honest, just because it's a meaningless. Or no,
Looking at his performances for Burnley, I'm
Aston
thinking
Villa,
Aston
about
Villa.
Aston
picking
Villa.
him up, and then I'm like, yeah, we've got an
Yeah.
overload of Aston Villa. Sorry,
Yeah, I
guys,
appreciate
it's
it.
2
You're
in the morning.
forgiven. But I
Excuse
mean,
me.
you say that, but let's wait now because I think. Well, I mean, Villa, they got wrecked again. They got like 3-0 against Leeds. The dream could be over for them,
Yeah,
but then it is only one.
I'm not. To be honest, I'm not really convinced that what Barkley is doing is not phasing me one bit. He's going to a new team. Is definitely going to um perform in the beginning, but we know Barkley. Like we knew what he was capable of. We knew his faults. We knew his strengths, and he's exhibiting most of his strengths now. The faults haven't really come yet.
Yeah,
I think one dark horse from this season is either going to be Leicester or West Ham. I don't know why I feel like these two teams could do wonders. 3-0 down against Tottenham, scoring 3 goals. So I think I would keep an eye out for Leicester or West Ham. I would say Aston Villa, but I feel like they kind of got off a good foot. But now I see them going into a bad run of form for some reason. But they've got a game in hand. So if they do win that game, they'll be top of the table, which no one would have predicted. But yeah, I think overall it's an unpredictable Premier League. I would say. I think if we once the season ends and we go back to our predictions that we made, we'll all just be holding our heads in our hands and just saying what
yeah.
we're saying.
Yeah,
Didn't
What
we
happened?
all predict like Chelsea to score like 80 or 90 goals this season in the league?
yeah.
Yeah, we.
Six matches in.
It's still early. It's still
Yeah,
early. Don't worry, it's still early.
I mean, 6 matches in, we've scored 13, so we're only short 77. Sorry,
Yeah,
67.
yeah. I'm still. Probably more concerned about the teams I selected to go out on relegation. They're all proving me wrong so far. So I'm just seeing what will happen from there.
I think Aston Villa was one of that team, one of those
yeah,
teams.
Yeah, and Leeds as well because to be honest, when I made that Leeds prediction, I totally forgot that Bielsa was their coach. I totally forgot. I was like, I just spaced out. I just saw them as Norwich. They were going to do the same thing as Norwich. I'm very happy like the way they are performing now. And Bamford of all people is the one getting the goals for them. He has been on Chelsea's loan list for a very very long time. We've loaned him so many years, and he's finally got like a breakthrough, and he's scoring goals for Leeds. That's just fantastic for him.
Yeah. I think that sums up tonight's podcast, if I'm not wrong, guys. You got anything to say?
not really. Just hoping that we continue this clean sheet streak that we've got, and yeah, that would be really good if we can beat Burnley like we normally do at Turf Moor, clean sheet, Werner goal or Ziyech goal. I want to see Ziyech starting to get some more goals. So yeah, lots of stuff to look forward to
Okay.
this weekend.
Yeah, not just this weekend, but next week as well. And I think you guys will be seeing this episode on a Thursday night. And if you are, then make sure to tune in on Friday night, where we're going to be releasing our special episode. If you haven't been following us on social media, we had a chance to sit down with Paul Canavel, the first black player to play for Chelsea, and we talked about racism and the fight against it, as well as a Black Lives Matter movement and the Black History Month in the UK. So stay tuned for that on tomorrow. Hopefully this one goes on time. We have had a few issues, but I have to give a shout out to the CFCTALK team, everyone who works behind the scenes one by one, as I used to do before. Adam and Cal with the edits, Amart with the co-hosting, Alex with the co-hosting, Devan with the thumbnails, Matthew with managing all of our socials. I think this is where I have to bring in and say this guy has just popped off on Instagram. We've just gone and done one of the achievements. I said if we get 200 followers / subscribers on each of our platforms by the end of the year, I'm giving away a Chelsea kit, depending on what the winner wants. So we've already hit it on Instagram. We've just got Twitter and YouTube remaining. So make sure to subscribe and hit that follow button on Twitter if you want to win that. And special thanks to Tarun, who's been working off the charts. Website. This is something that we announced on Twitter. So we're going to be doing articles soon. We're going to be hopefully doing a lot more stuff, expanding as much as possible, starting with the men's game first, and then hopefully transitioning into women's football as well at Chelsea SC, hopefully soon, with a few additions to the team as well. So yeah, look forward to all of that. But thank you guys for listening. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast, like it, share it. Even if you've got a dog, make sure they listen to it. Some information could be transferred. Maybe they want to know about Werner. Come on, let's be honest here. They want to know how Chelsea's doing. Thank you guys, as usual. Pleasure. Special thanks to Alex for tonight. He's got some work, but he dedicated a special time for us.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't missing a 4-0 win from Chelsea.
Absolutely not. Especially
Yeah,
especially as
exactly.
it was my predicted score. I thought, I've got to absolutely
Yeah.
got to get on for this one. Yeah, the first time we scored 4 goals since Ajax, and the first time we've. I think that's our biggest Champions League win since Karabag 3 years ago, where Zappacosta scored the
Yeah.
Wonder Cross. Yeah, great to be on as usual.
Yeah, thank you both of you, and we'll thank you for everyone for listening. So we'll see you hopefully next time with Paul Carnival.